Hey everybody, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 21 of the Thunder Models Scammell transporter build in 1/35th scale. It's been about a week since I posted a video on this. In fact, I think it's probably exactly a week. It's been pretty busy. We've had some company that came and went, and then we had some contractors over here insulating the house. They did a great job. Fast. It took about 3 days, and they had one little job they had to come back for on the fourth day, which didn't take a few minutes. But the house is much more comfortable. Um, the furnace doesn't run nearly as much. I'm hoping in summertime it's going to be a lot cooler in here. But we had no insulation in our walls at all, and the ceiling only had 4 inches maybe. So now we've got over a foot up there and 4 inches in the wall. So I'm real happy, really happy with the way it all came out. They did a great job. They were fast. I'll put up a picture of they drilled some holes in the walls from the outside and blew it all in and then patched the holes. I can't even tell where they were now. But very, very good job. Very good. Anyway, I had doctor's appointments and some other stuff, so now I'm finally back to where I can concentrate on what I'm doing a little bit. So let's go down the bench, and I'll show you. I've done just a couple of minor little things off camera, but did a little planning and things. So be right back, okay, guys? Thanks. Okay. One of the things I did off camera was there was quite a seam around this part here on the radiator. So I filled that with super glue and then I sanded it back. I'll have to wait until it's under some paint to really see, or at least some primer to see what it looks like. But there was quite a gap there, and I didn't really want to leave that. So okay, so I got that. I did the brake rod on the other side that we stretched the sprue for, so both of those have been done. The engine's dry fitted. Okay, everything fits really, really good. One little issue I had was with and I don't know if I can even show you if there's a little hose right here. And the way you glue it, there's the hose. Okay. The way you glue this on, it just sits on top of the head of the engine. No locating marks or anything. So I just put it on, and where it fell, I glued it. Well, it was too far to the right, so I had to break that joint loose and push it over tight against the valve cover to get the lines to line up with the radiator hose, or with the slot in the radiator where it's supposed to fit. But it all fits fine now. So if you're building this, make sure that hose is pushed as far that way as you can. Other than that all fits really good. I did a little filling right here on the valve cover where this intake goes in. This one back here has got a little bit of a seam you can see, but it's going to be back underneath the engine cover, and you won't be able to see it anyway. So anyway, I got that done. This is all just dry fitted in here. I do that a lot just to make sure everything fits good before I put it all together for the last time. So there's the engine, and there's something else I didn't notice until I just started working on it. But get this out of here. There's a couple little holes. There's a hole here, and there's a hole on the other side. Those line up with these little tabs. Nothing said in the instructions about it. when you're putting this in, but yeah, that's all got to line up once you get to that point. So luckily it does, and I'm not going to have to do any adjusting. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've done off camera. So I think we're good on all that. I've got a few things here I wanted. Let's go ahead and switch over the instructions. Okay, this B41 is a mount for the transmission, and I've got it all trimmed off, but I'm going to hang on and do that when I put the transmission in. I'll do all that before paint. So I've got it clipped off. Let's see, I think all this stuff up here is all done. Yeah, this is all good to go up here. Okay, all this is finished. I haven't messed with the drive shafts yet. We'll be doing that real soon. I've got a bunch of PE and stuff to do on springs and things here. I might do that tomorrow. But, and this is the cab. I cut a lot of the parts off and dry fitted those. And here we are. This is here is the air intake. C49, C48, C18, and B23. This is the exhaust, the muffler, A18, C16, and photo etch part 19. Hardly any of this is, or none of this was on the same sprue. I forgot to put this together at the beginning. I usually do that kind of stuff. I just didn't catch it in time, so I want to put that together. And then on the intake, I put the big parts together, but I still got the inlet and the little outlet to put on. So let's go ahead and get that done real quick. Okay, here, this is the parts for the air filter. Okay, I had to look at the instructions real close because it's not real obvious which direction this piece fits, but I've decided that it goes with the stepped part into the air cleaner. It's like so. Okay. And I'll do my best to get it square. Okay. Okay, and then we'll put the little cap on the top. I've already dry fitted it, so I know it fits. Way too much glue. Okay, that's our air cleaner. Okay, and that'll be glued to the firewall at a future date. Let's go ahead and put this aside and let it firm up nicely. See what I did with the container for it. I guess I'll put it back. Okay, here's the exhaust. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the exhaust together and I'm going to let it get nice and firm. Then I'm going to sand the joints, and then I'm going to put the photo etch on. So this is going to be a couple of steps to get this fixed. There is a big Z pin in there, but that's not going to interfere with anything as far as I can tell. I'm thinking, well, I'm definitely going to be moving the time I post my videos back a little bit. I've been doing them at noon my time, and it's just a little bit too rushed for me. I just don't really get to spend the time I want to make sure I get it done right. So I'm probably going to go ahead and move it to more like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just have to see how it goes, but that'll give me a lot more time to get my editing all done and everything, and make sure I have what I want before I post it. I still plan on going back to posting every day. I just had so much going on this week, and it was so noisy. Drilling all the holes and the guys in here and everything. There's no way I could record. All right, I'm going to call that good for that until it dries really good. Then I'll have to sand the joints, and then I'll put the little photo etch detail on there. Okay, let's move on down here. I know I've been jumping around. This is going to be an air tank. Okay. It's got one photo etch part, PE15, that goes across the top. And then it's got a photo etch handle, P12. This is an air valve from what I can tell. And you could probably detail this and add some air lines and things. I don't know where the other end of the air lines would be. So I would just have to make them kind of disappear. I'm not sure if I'll want to do that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and add the valve, which they molded in clear. I don't know why. And I'll add this photo etch detail. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, here's I've already got my my new mat. I've already got some black CA on it. It doesn't take much. That black CA it's so visible, so obvious. You probably can't see it. But anyway, this air tank goes, and where did there's the little lever still in there. This air tank goes here. Okay. Which it looks to me like I might need to work on that seam a little more. Well, I don't know. Let me look here. I can see the seam. There is a little something you can do. If I find my Sharpie here. Okay. Sorry about that. What you can do is you can take if you got a seam like this that's on a smooth surface and you're not sure, you can just, okay, sorry about that. Anyway, you put a little Sharpie on your joint. Now that's too wide. Here's a 400 grit. And just sand it, and you'll be able to see if it's gone or not. It's amazing how sometimes a joint that looks gone is not. So you can still see where it is. Just sand it really gently until that's gone. Just before I moved the rooms, I bought some of those. It's like a piece of sandpaper between a little aluminum frame for sanding around things, and in the move I've misplaced them. So I'll have to get some more. You can see the seam that's still there. Should be gone pretty quick. That's an easy way to make sure your seams are gone. Just trying real hard not to make it flat on one side. Okay. I'm wondering, I can still see some little bitty places. I'm wondering if my joint maybe not quite be glued really good. Should be. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. That's going to be hidden on the back side. Won't even be able to see that, but that's much better. Okay. Okay, before I get sidetracked here again, this is going to go here. Okay. And there is a little indentation in the part. Okay, that valve is supposed to go, this again is very difficult to figure out from the instructions, but the valve is supposed to go like right here, and it's supposed to go at a at a 90-degree angle to the rest of it, so the tank leans back. So it's going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to have to just kind of try and get it close as I can. This is a 0.6 millimeter. Whoops. Maybe I should do this. This would be much better. This is a real hard carbide point. Give me a nice starting point about right there. Okay, let's see what we can do there. And try and kind of angle it back. If the valve's not perfectly level, I'm not going to worry about it. Pretty thick plastic. I don't even know if I need to go all the way through or not. Let's see. Just a little bit of a just a little bit deeper. That should do it. Okay, before I put that on, I've got a piece of photo etch that's going to go on here. It needs to be bent. I've already annealed this. Let's see if we can get in closer here. It's going to be a tough bend because it's right in the middle of this real thin strip. So this goes one way, and then these little tabs go the other, and then this tab goes up. Let's see, just trying to get it straight in my head. There goes Jordan. Okay, what I'm going to do, let's see here, flip this around. Okay. You can take the razor blade or whatever it is you're bending and put it in the foil line. And then run it up against to try and get it aligned. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'm not sure just how tight that's going to have to be, how tight a bend. Still, maybe just a little bit more. I might be able to just do it by hand now. No, probably ought to use the bender. Well, that's bending the other way now. Didn't intend on bending that yet. What I might do is just use this. Come on. Okay. Okay. That's supposed to go like that, and then this is supposed to bend. Let me get my small ones. This way. Like that. And then these are supposed to bend up just a little bit. He's got himself a nice big backyard to play in. And there's a couple of neighbors that have dogs, so they go out and meet at the fence and talk. Okay. I believe that's about what we want. So this is going to go on here like this. Okay. It's very difficult to tell from the instructions exactly the way it goes. So I'm assuming this would go on here to where this would face up when it's on. Okay, let's go ahead and get some black CA out here. Do just a little bit of that. I like to shake it because I think the pigments kind of separate just a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Gonna get a little on here. A little on there. See if I can get it where I want it. Sorry if I'm blocking your view. This black CA takes just a second to grab. Yep, come on. And I lost it. Okay. Might be too late. I don't know. Sorry. I might have to do that again. Yeah, it's not staying. Okay. It's not a good idea to glue CA over CA. What I'm going to do is, well, let's see, I can do this. This is just the accelerator. We can hit the accelerator on there, and then we can just sand it down. Try again. Okay. Not too bad. Okay. second. Okay. I didn't use much in the way of CA, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, now that activator still kind of lingering there. Whoops. So I'm going to let that kind of dry off a little bit. Uh-oh, look what I just did. I think this leg was cracked when I first looked at the kit. So I broke that off. Okay, let's go ahead and get that back on. This we might have to let sit for a while and go at maybe tomorrow. I can just see the end where it broke off. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now and let that firm up, and then we'll work on this, getting this valve and stuff on later. Probably tomorrow now. I'll let that firm up real good. I've got one more. Whoops. Okay, there's my little valve, and there's my PE. Okay, let's just set that aside. That was kind of a waste. But we got the part bent. Okay, let's move on down here and look at some instructions here. The bench is getting a little cluttered up. I don't like to do that. I'll put some things away off camera. Okay. Right here, this tank, this is the fuel tank. Let's blow this up. I made a mistake on this. You see D30, it's got this little arrow. Okay, doesn't really say anything about assembly order or anything, but D30 has to go in from the inside before you put B18 and B17 together. I did not do that. I didn't notice it. So what I had to do is there's a little edge on here, and I just had to trim that off. And I'll just have to be real careful that the part doesn't fall inside. Okay, so here's all the more pieces. Let's see. This should have been installed from the inside before I put the tank together, which the instructions did not say. So I actually may have to do a little filling and stuff on that before we finish this, but let's get some glue in there, and I'll try and be really careful not to drop the piece inside. Okay. Yeah, it's going to leave a glue joint that I'm going to want to fix. So I won't be able to put the photo etch on the cap and stuff quite yet. But that is on there. That's where it goes. But they've got you putting it in from the inside. So there is a part that goes on the bottom here. Just a little drain, I guess. Okay. Doesn't sit real flat. And then I got glue on the face of it, so I don't want to touch it. There we go. Kind of rocking there. I think that'll be fine. Okay, and then I've got the two mounts that go on the ends. I need to double check and make sure that these mounts line up with the places on the side of the frame where they'll go when I get to that point. Okay. Okay. Give it just a second. And these will go in some, there's the cap I'm not going to be able to put on right now till I get this sanded and that joint cleaned up. This will go over here and make sure all this stuff lines up. And it does. Looks pretty good. It's a big fuel tank. I guess they need that for that engine. That engine probably is not too economical. Alright, I'm going to let this set up, and then I'm going to have to fill and fix this joint here where this filler was put in. So I'll probably call that good for today, guys. I'll get this uploaded. We still got lots to do. I'd go into the instructions. There's lots left. Alrighty. Well, let's call that good for today, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll get some more done, okay? You guys all have a great day, and we'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.